July on Patreon. The Hawk Tua girl thinks there's more to her. Tractor Supply supplied DEI. And 50s comics were also too libby. New videos every week and access to the 230 other exclusives when you support The Habit at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. Welcome to Scumbags of the Internet. This is the feature where I find some human hemorrhoid being an absolute pain in the ass to others online and present them for your amusement. Sometimes they're a celebrity, and sometimes they claim they don't want to be a celebrity while doing everything in their power to be a celebrity. Like today's scumbag, the man who calls himself Grummz. Grummz is the username that game developer Mark Kern has chosen for himself online. It's fitting because it sounds like a combination of grime and scum, like something you've waited way too long to try and scrape off your shower curtain, and now you're just going to have to toss it in the garbage. He's best known in the gaming industry as the man who bankrupted and got fired from his own game studio, after somehow spending $3 million on a bus to promote the free-to-play game Firefall, which he had made by the people from Pimp My Ride. The bus, not the game. The game was made by actual developers, while Grummz sat back and said, make it more shooty! However, he's best known on social media as the Stellar Blade petition guy. You see, Grummz is a Gamergate supporter. He thinks video games are too woke now. And so, when a non-woke game was finally announced, Stellar Blade, featuring a hot anime robot girl with ass and titty jiggle physics, he was pretty excited. Until the studio decided to censor it by adding about an inch of cloth to a couple of outfits as seen in the original trailer or a demo or something. They never censored actually released content. But this caused him to create a petition on change.org titled Free Stellar Blade, which he calls a cultural beacon for freedom of expression in a time where game publishers like Sony are censoring games more than ever. He was able to rally 92,000 other pent-up losers to his cause, saying they relied on the content, porn's free on the internet, and we made the game the #1 pre-order worldwide because of it. Grummz claims he has a family, in a post where he says they were doxxed by some guy after showing screenshots of them saying don't share addresses, but this suggests the possibility of a wife. Imagine being her, sitting at the breakfast table, and your husband scrolling through Twitter and suddenly starts screaming, fuck, they covered up the anime robot girl's pussy! Oh, well there goes my whole day! He's supposedly 50 years old, making this even sadder, spending the second half of his life fighting over how much of an anime robot's tits you can see. None of this, by the way, is why I think he's a scumbag of the internet. This isn't sexless losers of the internet. But I'm building here. On top of this, he likes to also try and rally his troops with nonsense like this. It's so funny how wokies and cancel pigs are demanding we get mad at Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. You see, the new Zelda game will let you play as Zelda, a woman. So he's made up this narrative in his head that people are going to immediately think he's mad about it. But he wants you to know that he's not mad, you're the mad ones. Entirely made up in his mush mind. No one thinks this. Although, someone did share a post in which one of Grummz's sad followers asked, is playing as Zelda a sign of the DEI growing at Nintendo? Honest question. So, these are the mutants he's cultivated. He should be very proud. But again, none of this is why he's a scumbag. It's also not because he was mad about the Black Samurai in Assassin's Creed, so much that he tweeted about it over 30 times in May and June, often 3 to 4 times in one day, in order to engagement bait for those sweet, sweet Elon bucks. In fact, I also think it was a weird choice for them to go with Yasuke for their first Assassin's Creed set in Japan. But I've also literally never played a single Assassin's Creed, so I don't give a shit. And if I had to bet money, he's never played one either. No, this is why he's today's scumbag of the internet. Help me with the battle against DEI in gaming. Subscribe today. If you weren't aware, Twitter has a subscribe feature where you can give people money. First off, the balls to post that after only 5 days prior tweeting, I never wanted to be in culture war, but like you, it was thrust upon all of us. Oh, I don't want to be here. I was forced to tweet all day. Oh, but, since I am, please make me the main character and also give me your money. And of course, a bunch of sad blue checks all replied, you got it, champ. Always on your side. because a grifter will always find his marks. But among the people wondering why he couldn't just get a real job or sending him screenshots of McDonald's applications, one person asked, "How does that win the battle?" While another asked, "How is my money going to help you achieving that?" And grammar issues aside, the answer is, it's not. He's not battling anything, except maybe the voices in his head. His tweets are completely inconsequential. All they do is, as I said earlier, get the pathetic lemmings he's managed to wrangle to continue to follow him, while also getting idiots, like me, to angrily tweet at him, which of course benefits him. Again, he paid for his blue check and is part of the monetization program. And that's the way Twitter works. The more engagement, the more money. Someone else pointed out that, yes, Grummz is just doing this for the clout, that he's not doing anything to actually prevent DEI, and suggests that in order to really do this, you should either create or support actual creators. And while this person appears to also buy into a lot of the Gamergate shit, saying things like, most artists are leftist and woke, and be a right-wing YouTuber or VTuber, I agree with this from the standpoint of be the change you want to see. Let's start with method 2, promoting normal games. I thought, well, Grummz claims he's a gamer. Perhaps buried among all these tweets about the bad games, he's actually tweeted about games that aren't woke, games that he's actually played and likes. So, I did a few searches. Has he ever told his audience about Lies of P, the Souls-like loose retelling of Pinocchio that was pretty well received? No, of course not. Well, how about Pizza Tower? That can't be woke, right? It leans right into the Italian stereotypes. Well, no tweets about it. Oh, did he mention Bomb Rush Cyberfunk? The amazing spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio? Nope. Atomic Heart, the alternative history survival horror game where a vending machine keeps trying to fuck you. Weird. No mentions of it either. Well, maybe Dave the Diver or Dredge, two pixel art fishing-based indie games. Fish aren't woke yet, I don't think. Well, he's never mentioned them either. Why? Because there's no benefit to him to do that. No, it's more beneficial to him to tweet claims that Sweet Baby's extorting a Chinese developer. Which, if that was true, or even possible, extortion is a crime. Perhaps he could use this money towards some legal defense for this poor Chinese video game company he feels he needs to save from the bullies at Sweet Baby and IGN. Of course, that would never happen. That's his money. Meanwhile, for free, I just did more to promote quote-unquote non-woke games than Grummz ever has. Oh, but he is creating a game, announced 6 years ago, M8er, likely pronounced Ember, a spiritual successor to Firefall, Fire, Ember, get it? Anyway, it's had not 1, not 2, but 3 crowdfunding rounds, with apparently a Kickstarter planned for when the game is closer to finished. Plus, links on the website where you can sign up to give him money monthly or buy skins for a game that doesn't exist yet. And there hasn't been a tweet about it in nearly a year on the game's account. Oh, and a look through that Twitter shows why he might be so passionate about anime robot girls. His game promises to have a bunch of different mighty waifus. A waifu, for those of you who don't know, is what anime dorks call the cartoon girls they pretend are their wives because they'll never be married in real life because they spend all their day beating off to drawings of cat girls with huge tits. Game should be called Masturbater. So, has he taken tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars for a game that will never actually come out? Time will tell on that one. Maybe it will come out. But the answer as of this very moment is yes. Yes, he has. What's funny is, I don't think I would have made him a scumbag of the internet if he just said, "Hey, do you find my bullshit entertaining? Feel free to give me a few bucks." That's honest. But as someone who spent decades of his life volunteering, I'll always be particularly angry at people who claim to need money for some cause, especially when they don't deliver on that cause. iDubbbz and his wife fucking up a charity boxing event to the tune of $250,000. People who try and tell you that in order to get into heaven, you need to give money. Apparently God can't hear your prayers if you're broke. And goofballs with main character syndrome who tell you that they can't fight for your right to make women in video games more jack-worthy if you don't open your wallets. So, thanks to today's Grumbag of the internet, Scumz. Oh, sorry, let's take that again. So, thanks to today's Scumbag of the internet, Grummz, the grifting game dev, for showing us that no matter what we do in life, we'll always be better than he is.